modern day. I want to talk about the modern day in this video. Assassin's Creed has always had it, it's always been there. Some people love it, some people hate it, and some people don't really give a shit. And I want to talk about what it is about modern day that I love or used to love, and why I'm still hanging on to it now as are so many members of the community, when it's really nothing like it used to be in the past. And I want to go into that and explain to people, you know, if you're a new player, you probably don't get it, but I want to explain why I personally love modern day and what it is about it that makes it feel so special. So this video will contain spoilers for the modern day of Assassin's Creed. I don't really want to restrict myself, I kind of want to go into it completely, so if you don't want any spoilers for the modern day, then click off this video now, but without further ado, we will hop into it. So, the modern day for me was always this mysterious aspect of Assassin's Creed, you know, it was there in Assassin's Creed 1, and it evolved all the way through 2 on Brotherhood, adding more and more to the story and giving us more to wonder about and try and discover and figure out for ourselves. And, you know, with Assassin's Creed 1, it started off as this aspect that linked us to Altair, and in a way, modern day was even bigger than the Altair segments, because even though Altair, you know, he had his story and he was the main kind of part of the game, there wasn't as much story there as there was with Desmond. You can see that, like, people say, you know, Assassin's Creed 1 didn't have any story, it was just a lot of killing and stuff like that, but then when you think about it, Ubisoft really did craft a fantastic story within the modern day, and there really wasn't anything there for Altair, other than, you know, his redemption quest of, you know, becoming a master again, which was awesome. But Desmond's story was, you know, discovering the Animus, discovering Abstergo, realizing that Abstergo are the modern day Templars and that assassins are out there, you know, being able to read the different emails and find out what was going on in the modern day and kind of establish a universe for Assassin's Creed, and, you know, find all these various cryptic messages that you get at the end, all these different pieces of a story that you couldn't piece together, and neither could Desmond at the time. And so you kind of felt in the same position he was. And then, you know, Assassin's Creed 2 begins and it takes off exactly where Assassin's Creed 1 ended, with this story that you're super invested in, all these questions that you need answering. And, you know, you get to finally leave that lab and you get to experience more, and you get to do combat as Desmond, and you get to learn to free run, you get to learn more about the Pieces of Eden and the First Civilization and all of this amazing stuff. And the scene at the end of Assassin's Creed 2 when you get to see Minerva for the first time and you're just like, what the fuck is going on? And then she speaks through Ezio to Desmond, you're just like, whoa, wait, what? And it just leaves you on that cliffhanger. What is going to happen in the next game? Where are the assassins going? I need to know more. And then obviously Brotherhood picks up from where it left off, and we get so much modern day, so much story in that. There is so much stuff from Brotherhood with, like, things like the truth that is still being paid off to this day. And, you know, we get that cliffhanger at the end of Brotherhood where Desmond kills Lucy, and oh my god, that's one of the best cliffhanger moments in Assassin's Creed. Getting that, you know, what the fuck just happened? Why did Desmond kill Lucy? Why did Juno control Desmond? Did Desmond do that? Like, what was that, the apple? Like, what's going on? Rebecca and Sean still frozen? What's happening down in the vault underneath the Colosseum? Whose voice can you hear in the credits? Like, what is going on? And so many questions, and the community was going crazy in 2010 after Assassin's Creed Brotherhood came out. And it was just insane, and they were doing such a good job in the modern day. Revelations comes out, we have the link of Ezio, Altair, and Desmond, making Desmond super important. We get to learn about the Grand Temple, about what happened to the people of First Civilization. We actually get to see them for the first time, get to see the First Civilization, and where they lived and everything, which was incredible. We get to learn more about these Pieces of Eden, what Altair was getting up to during his life, and how it links to Ezio and Desmond, and all of these stories came to a beautiful climax and an ending with the end of Assassin's Creed Revelations, tying everything together so well. And the modern day then just leads us into Assassin's Creed 3 with all of these questions answered and a set quest we have as Desmond Miles. The only issue is, after Revelations, we lost a lot of the mystery that was there, since they answered so much within Revelations, so they didn't really have the same things to go off of, whereas, you know, Assassin's Creed 1, 2, and Brotherhood was building up this story, and Revelations was paying all of that waiting off. Then you had 3, where it tried to conclude the story, however, it felt kind of rushed, because there was a few things they were trying to clean up at the same time, whereas, you know, so they wanted to kill Daniel Cross, kill Warren Vidic, explain what was happening with Juno, explain the bleeding effect, explain Lucy, sort out the end of the world catastrophe. All of these different things needed to be summarized in Assassin's Creed 3. and it did feel extremely rushed. I think there's a lot of things they could have done better with the modern day, such as, where you kill Daniel Cross, it's like, blown off like it was nothing. When you kill Warren Vidic, the scene is so good. That is one of the ones that I really like, because that is a huge payoff, and I really like that scene. I think the way Desmond dies at the end of 3 is very rushed. I don't think he should have died in that kind of manner. I think it should have been, it should have been built up in a different way, but it was kind of just out of nowhere, and I don't know whether, I'm not sure how I would have done it, but to me it didn't feel like it was done right, or how I would have liked. I can't specifically say what I would have done better, but I can tell you that I didn't really like how it was done. We then move into Assassin's Creed 4, and all we've got left really is the legacy of Desmond, and we know Juno's now in the world. And that's really where the modern day stops, is that Juno's in the world, and that's it. That's all we've got going now for the modern day, is Juno is just hanging around. They're trying to build first Civ bodies. That's all we know, and that's 4 years of games and content, and that's as far as we've got with the modern day. Like, there's nothing to it anymore. There's not that substance that we had before, where there's not that mystery, there's not the intrigue, it's not there. We just want it to continue at this point, whereas with Assassin's Creed 1, 2, Brotherhood, and Revelations, and 3, they all took place in 2012. They fleshed out that year so well. They took place in the space of, 3-4 months, because Assassin's Creed 1 takes place in September of 2012, and Assassin's Creed 3 finishes in December of 2012. So that's the span of the first 5 games. You then have 4 through Syndicate, and that takes up 4 years, 2013 to 2015, and that's ridiculous that they managed to tell so much story in the space of 4 months of the game's time, and then stalled the story for 4 years of the game's time. Like, that's so strange, because the story was going so well with the Desmond saga, and we had so much to go off of, and there was so much there, and it was amazing, to now nothing's happened for 4 years. Nothing. Just Assassins and Templars kind of fighting each other, not really doing anything, searching for pieces of Eden. There's nothing there, and people probably think, why do you like the modern day? It's so boring. It's just this stupid link to the past. I just want to play as the ancestor, and I get that. I completely understand that, and if I was a new player now, I'd think that as well. But being an old player of the franchise, I kind of think I'm still hanging on to that modern day, because it was one of my favorite aspects of Assassin's Creed. I absolutely love the modern day. I guess I'm still holding on to what it used to be and what the modern day was in the first 5 games, and I'm just hoping they can make a return to that. I want to see, I want to see him do something with Desmond's son. People always say, like, well, how can we play as Desmond's son? He's just a kid. It doesn't matter. You play as the kid. You uncover these mysteries, these secrets. It gives us the mystery and intrigue features back to the modern day. You don't have to kill anyone. You don't have to do parkour in the modern day. You don't have to do that. You play as the kid. You walk around an office. You do little missions where you sneak around as a kid. You don't have to kill anyone. You don't have to fight anyone. You don't have to do that. You just learn what's been going on in the modern day, you kind of build up what's happening, and then they build up the kid. As the modern day goes on, you build up this kid's character, and you build up what he's learned, and he ends up becoming, in the end, what Desmond couldn't, because he had to give his life to save the world. And this kid becomes the master assassin, the guy that will stop Juno, and will bring, peace to the Assassins and Templars, possibly, and conclude the Assassin's Creed story. And I really hope that's something they can do and pull off, and I hope that's something they want to do as well. I hope that they don't have in mind, let's see how many games we can do before people get bored. I hope they have this clear plan of, we really want to make a good story out of this. And that's what Patrice had when he started Assassin's Creed, and Ubisoft took his idea and just turned it to a money-making machine. And it's like, Patrice had this plan, he had this idea, what he wanted to do, he had this vision, and Ubisoft kind of ruined it, I think, for him. Not to say it can't be brought back and be made amazing, because I think it can. I think they can bring back what Assassin's Creed used to be, but I wanted to explain today why I love it, and the cliffhangers it used to give, and the story elements, and the way it brought the community together was something that the Ancestor story could never do. That was amazing for games, like having, Altair, Ezio, all those characters to play as and to experience is fantastic for the video game. However, the modern day is what brought the community together, what made us think, what made us hyped for the next game, because we wanted to see what happened with the modern day. It's exciting because it's something they never show off. So it was always a surprise, because when you play the game, that's when you experience the modern day. Sure, you get to see these trailers for Ezio, but when you play the game, you get to see what Desmond does next. You get to see what the team does next, what the modern day is doing to progress the story. And that was so exciting because they never show it. They never show modern day. And you get to hop into the game and experience it firsthand exactly what's going on. And I really, really, really hope with the next Assassin's Creed game, they bring back the modern day. And when we hop into the game, we are shocked and blown away with what they do with the modern day. And I hope we can just be brought back to what it was before, and the way we had, you know, the amazing cryptic messages, the mystery, the intrigue, the cliffhangers, the amazing characters, and the ongoing story that made me want to play the next installment of the series. So thank you guys for joining me for this video. I hope it wasn't too rambly. I did just kind of want to discuss this and talk about, you know, why I like the modern day and why I love it. I do hope you guys enjoyed, though. If you did, be sure to smack that like button because that'd be absolutely amazing. Comment down in the comment section below. Let me know what you guys want to see from the modern day. What's your favorite part of the modern day of the Desmond saga? Let me know in the comment section below. Subscribe if you want to see more Assassin's Creed content because I do upload every single weekday. And then we have Kill Connor Club every other Sunday, which is the podcast. Go check out the Kill Connor Club podcast. Assassin's Creed podcast. It's really, really fun. And with that said, I will see you all next time. Bye! For the one guy that keeps asking me to change the Instagram logo in the outro, I did it. Are you happy now? Okay, I hope so. You're welcome. Great crowds charge over the hills, but the city's not enough. But if we turn and fight, does it almost feel like we will never fall? And if we unite, we can take this fight straight to the castle wall.